Demonstration against racial injustice continued across the U.S. on Saturday with protests in Kentucky, Colorado, Texas, where one person was shot and killed. A group of heavily armed black protesters marched through Louisville, Kentucky, demanding justice for Breonna Taylor, a black woman killed in March by police officers who burst into her apartment. Scores of the demonstrators carrying semi-automatic rifles and shotguns and clad in black paramilitary gear walked in formation to a fenced-off intersection where they were separated by police from a smaller group of armed counter-protesters. The Black Militia, dubbed NFAC, want justice for Miss Taylor, a 26-year-old emergency medical technician who died in a hail of gunfire when drug investigators bearing an unlocked warrant entered her Louisville home 4 months ago. One police officer involved in the raid was fired by the city's police department in June. 2 other officers have been placed on administrative reassignment. No criminal charges have been filed against any of the 3. The leader of the NFAC group, John Grandmaster J. Johnson, called on officials to speed up the investigation into her death and to be more transparent. "If you don't tell us anything, we're going to think that you ain't doing nothing," Mr. Johnson said in a speech. According to the reporters, 3 members of the group were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries when a weapon was accidentally discharged, police said. Ms. Taylor's death, which returned to prominence following the May 25 suffocation in Minneapolis police custody of George Floyd, has become a rallying cry in nationwide protest against police brutality and racial bias in the U.S. criminal justice system. In downtown Austin, Texas, one person was killed when several shots were fired amid a Black Lives protest on Saturday, authorities said. Footage posted during a Facebook Live showed the moment when several shots rang out as a group of about 100 people marched and chanted, "Fists up, fight back." In the Denver suburb of Aurora on Saturday, a car drove through a crowd and a protester was shot during a demonstration. The Aurora Police Department said on Twitter that the protesters were walking on Interstate 225 Saturday when a vehicle drove through. Police said the protester fired a weapon, striking at least one person who was taken to a hospital in stable condition. Authorities said the vehicle was towed and they are investigating. Protesters also broke windows to the courthouse and a fire was started in an office, police said. An unlawful assembly was declared and police ordered protesters to leave the area, authorities said. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno on Friday urged his fellow government officials to focus on containing the coronavirus pandemic instead of pushing for charter change. Speaking to a news channel, Moreno said government address first the problem of asymptomatic carriers of the pathogen. Manila is offering free coronavirus tests even to non-residents. "I agree in any development at any given time in a normal situation. That's why we elect congressmen and senators to change laws. In this case, if it can help later on, why not? But for now, please, let's just focus on dito kay COVID-19, he said. The Interior Department said over the weekend that 1,488 municipal mayors expressed support for 2 constitutional reforms, namely the lifting of foreign restrictions in industries limited to Filipinos and sourcing internal revenue allotments or RIA for local governments from all national taxes and not only those collected by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Nothing in the proposal seeks to do away with the 2022 elections. Interior Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya, administrator of his agency's Federalism and Constitutional Reform Program, earlier said. The F-35 Joint Strike Fighter is scheduled to receive a long list of upgrades that will ideally keep it the dominant multi-role fighter for years to come. The F-35, already in service with 9 countries, is scheduled to receive the new Block 4 series of enhancements in the near future. Block 4 aircraft will boast faster computers, more missiles, panoramic cockpit display, longer ranges, and AI-flown wingmen. The result is a strikingly different aircraft than the one that was originally designed in the early 2000s. Aviation Week and Space Technology has published a rundown of the upcoming Block 4 upgrades. Rather than one large monolithic refresh, Block 4 will be released in waves with a Block 4.1, 4.2, and so on. That way, the new capabilities will go out to the global fleet of F-35s faster, and the fighters won't have to wait for more difficult capabilities to mature. The most important Block 4 upgrade is arguably the computing power. The F-35 is set to receive new main computers capable of 25 times more instructions than current onboard computers. The result is an aircraft capable of drawing data from other friendly air, land, and sea sources in order to give the pilot a more information-packed view of the battlefield. The extra juice should also give the F-35 increased electronic warfare capabilities, allowing it to quickly jam enemy radar and radio signals. The new Sidekick missile launch system is another big update. The F-35 can only carry 4 AIM-120 AMRA medium-range air-to-air missile while preserving its stealthy profile. The jet can carry even more bombs and missiles externally on wing-mounted rails, but doing so make it a bigger target on enemy radar. The Sidekick then squeezes 2 more AMRA missiles into the existing belly-mounted missile bay for a total of 6 AMRAMs. The F-35 will also eventually carry the new longer-range AIM-260 missile currently under development, plus a new missile designed to chase down and destroy ground-based raiders. Other upgrades wait on the wings. A new wing-mounted fuel tank system should increase the F-35's range by 25%. Giving it a combat range of about 737 miles at the cost of greater radar visibility. The U.S. Air Force's Skyborg program is set to develop semi-disposable wingmen that will fly alongside F-35s, providing everything from increased firepower to a decoy meant to lure away enemy air-to-air missiles. A Filipino YouTuber has found herself in hot water apparently after failing to follow quarantine rules in Hawaii. Mika Salamanca, whose YouTube channel has more than 2.3 million followers, was apprehended in Honolulu Friday after posting a TikTok video of her dancing in a store when she was supposed to be isolating herself to prevent the spread of COVID-19. She was arrested for violating Hawaii's mandatory 14-day quarantine rule, according to a report from Honolulu news station KITV. In an Instagram video posted a day before her arrest, Salamanca tried to defend herself or her actions by claiming she was told by a local police officer that if she had tested negative for COVID-19, then she can go out. Investigators of the case denied this, KITV said. Salamanca posted bail of $2,000.
What's up everyone, this is Mika Salamanca. Gusto ko lang pong mag-explain about sa kumakalat na issue sa Twitter and sa Facebook. Aware po ako, nakikita ko po yung mga rants nyo, and nakikita ko po yung mga comments nyo. Gusto ko pong mag-sorry sa lahat ng misunderstanding and sa lahat ng maling nakikita nyo po sa internet. Inaamin ko po na nagkamali po ako nung time na dumating po ako dito sa Hawaii and agad po kami lumabas. As far as I can remember, na-settle na po namin yun. Meron po mga nag-report and nag-complain about doon. So yung mga law enforcer po, pinuntahan po nila ako dito sa bahay kung saan ako nagka-quarantine. Sila po mismo yung nagsabi sa akin na you're not in trouble. If you're negative, you can go out, which is sa lahat po ng test na kinuha ko po, negative po ako. So, after nilang pumunta sa bahay, kinabukasan, pumunta na po kami ng hospital para mag-take ng swab test. And yung nakuha po namin result dun is negative din. Sorry po, wala po ako na-spread na virus. Kahit sinabi po ng mga law enforcers na you can go out pag negative ka, nagstay pa rin po ako sa bahay for 14 days. Tinapos ko po yung quarantine ko. Dumating po ako dito sa Hawaii ng July 6. And yung last day po ng quarantine ko is July 19. So, pwede na po akong lumabas ng July 20. Pero para makasigurado po na baka tama nga sila na 20, last day ng quarantine ko, tumawag po kami sa law enforcers ng Hawaii para sa COVID-19. Actually, 5 times na po kami tumawag ngayon. And lahat po sila sinabi sa amin na 19 is yung last day ko and 20, pwede na po ako lumabas. So, last night din po, dumating din po yung police dito para i-clarify lahat. Kung meron po talaga ako nilabag, feeling ko dapat ngayon nasa presinto na po ako. Pero lahat po ng law enforcers na nakausap namin, na sinabi na we're not in trouble and we're good. Yung mga nag-post po sa Twitter and sa Facebook, hindi po sila nag-reach out directly sa amin para magtanong kung bakit ako nasa labas and kung kailan ako dumating. Nagsettle lang po sila sa kung anong nakikita nila sa internet din. Again, sorry po, naiintindihan ko po yung frustration ng mga tao. Alam ko naman po na sobrang serious matter ng COVID. Ito po yung statement ko and ito po talaga yung nangyari. Kung meron po kayo nakikita na parang rumors sa internet na kumakalat, please message me directly. Tulad po ng sinabi ko kanina, lahat po settled na po sa local authorities, settled na po sa law enforcers, settled na po. Kung meron pa po kayong questions and kung hindi po kayo naniniwala, yung law enforcer na tinawagan ko na po kanina, yung nagsabi na kayo na daw po yung mag-reach sa kanila. So, ilalagay ko po yung number sa screen. Kayo na po yung magtanong sa kanila kung meron po akong nilabag sa law. Sila po mismo yung sasagot sa inyo. As far as I can remember, yun po yung sabi sa akin. And, yeah. Again, no hate, spread love, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you po sa lahat na nagtapos ng video. Thank you!